Storm desk. Read the storm, book the roofs. One big hail day rolls through, you throw 3 crews at it, and for 6 weeks you're rich. Then the sky goes quiet, the leads dry up, and the complaints land. You built a business that lives and dies on one storm. By the end of this, you'll know how to build a storm operation that survives a slow hail year in 5 moves in order. Verified records first, then local rules, then a safety gate, then honest documentation, then permission marketing. Skip the order and you build a pile of 1-star reviews. Run it, and the next storm's work comes to your door. Start with what kind of market you actually have. Take Ohio, not Texas Hail Alley, but a real recurring severe weather state, and the pattern beats any single year. NOAA's storm records going back to 1950 put Van Wert, Franklin, and Huron among the most active counties, with Van Wert alone carrying roughly 40 tornadoes on the books, the most in the state. That's a corridor, not a fluke. Know your market's pattern before you spend $1. A market that storms every couple of years is a business. The one you imagined is a bankruptcy. Move 1. Build a business on verified storm records, not rumors. The chaser sees hail photos online and dispatches to whatever county is trending. You open the weather record first. The National Weather Service issues a severe thunderstorm warning at a defined floor, generally 1-inch hail or 58-mile-per-hour winds. Within a day or two, NOAA's Storm Events database logs the hail sizes, wind reports, and tornado tracks by location. Write down the date, the counties, the zip codes, the hazards, and the source links. That record is context. A screenshot is a guess. Now narrow from the county to the right houses. A county is too big to be a target. Inside a storm footprint, the roof's worth your time were both in the damage path and old enough to plausibly fail. A 2-year-old architectural roof under small hail is usually fine. A 19-year-old 3-tab roof under the same hail on the wind-facing slope is a different conversation. 3-tab means the flat, single-layer shingle. Architectural means the thicker, layered one. Asphalt shingles broadly run 15 to 30 years. Work the old roofs in the path. Skip the new builds in the blob. There's slow damage that never makes the news. Freeze-thaw, the winter cycle of melting and refreezing that fatigues a roof. A typical Ohio winter runs around 80 to 120 of those cycles, and each one stresses the sealant strips and the flashing. Flashing is the metal that seals a roof's joints. That's why a roof that might give 25 years in a mild climate often gives 15 to 25 in Ohio. A storm doesn't have to flatten a roof to end its life. It just has to finish what the winter started. Move 2. Confirm the operating rules before the first canvas. Ohio is low state regulation, high local regulation, and that surprises crews from licensed states. As of mid-2026, Ohio issues no statewide license for residential roofing. You register the business with the Secretary of State, but that's a filing, not a roofing credential. The real gate is municipal. Cleveland, Cincinnati, Columbus, and many suburbs require contractor registration and a permit before you work. Build a jurisdiction checklist for every city you touch. The suburb does not follow the metro. Assume it does, and you earn a stop work order mid-season. Here's the law that bites chasers the hardest. Ohio's Home Solicitation Sales Act, at Revised Code 1345.21, gives a homeowner 3 business days to cancel a deal signed at the home, in writing, for any reason. It applies even if the homeowner called you first. You must hand them written notice of that right, and you generally don't start work or collect during that window. Miss it, and it's a deceptive act under Ohio's Consumer Sales Practices Act, with real penalties. So bake the 3-day notice into the contract. The cheapest job is the one you never have to refund. Move 3. Make safety and capacity the gate every lead passes before a person climbs. Storm volume arrives while the weather is still bad, and the temptation is speed. Triage the intake. An active interior leak in unsafe conditions is a phone call and ground-level photos, not a wet, lightning-exposed roof. Structural movement. A tree through the roof, downed wires, that's utilities first, and capacity should shape your promises. 2 inspectors cannot honestly book 20 inspections this afternoon. Overpromising is how a good reputation becomes a wall of 1-star reviews. Don't let volume kill your fall protection. Tarping, dry-in, steep slope inspections, those are the rush tasks where people get hurt. OSHA's residential rule is plain. Workers 6 feet or more above a lower level need conventional fall protection, guardrails, nets, or a personal fall arrest system. Storm pace does not suspend it. Falls from roofs and ladders are a leading cause of construction deaths. A fall in week 1 of a hail surge ends a small company season. The ladder setup and the crew briefing stay mandatory at every volume. Speed is not a safety plan. Move 4 protects your license to operate. Document the damage honestly and do not run the homeowner's claim. The line here is real and getting enforced. A roofer documents conditions and prices repairs. The insurer decides coverage. Only a licensed public adjuster negotiates a claim. So your record separates facts from opinions. Facts are what you photograph. Missing or creased shingles, granular loss, soft metal dents, lifted flashing, count, and location. Opinions are labeled, consistent with a wind or hail event, near end of service life, repair versus replace. An adjuster should read the file and know which is which. Here's the line, and it is not subtle. Do not tell a homeowner the claim will be covered. Do not say you'll get it approved. Do not negotiate, manage, or settle it for them. And do not offer to waive or absorb the deductible, because covering a homeowner's deductible is widely treated as insurance fraud, and the deductible is theirs to pay. The day you negotiate coverage, you're an unlicensed public adjuster. The safe posture is simple. You show up with facts. You write an estimate. The insurer decides coverage. That's the lane. Then hold a no-go rule. Ohio's freeze-thaw winters age shingles and fatigue sealant with no storm at all. So an old roof can look rough for reasons that have nothing to do with hail. If the inspection doesn't support storm-related damage, say so out loud. There may still be a real repair or an aging roof worth replacing on its own merits. It is just not storm restoration because a storm passed nearby. Walking away from a non-storm roof is what separates a documentation company from a claims mill. Move 5. Market with permission, reputation, and follow-through. A storm map does not erase marketing law. The FTC's CAN spam rules want truthful headers, a real physical address, and a working opt-out you honor fast on commercial email. The FCC's TCPA framework governs consent for calls and texts, and it has tightened. When that consent is unclear, lean on direct mail and local search. And segment by permission. Pass customers and inbound requests first. Cold neighborhoods in the storm path last, with the 3-day notice attached. When anyone says stop, stop, and your cheapest storm leads are already in your filing cabinet. Past customers, old estimates that never closed, warranty contacts. They know your name, and many already consented to hear from you. After a verified event, segment your CRM by who sits inside the storm footprint and whose roof is old enough to matter. 200 past estimates inside a hail path beats 2,000 cold doors. Re-engaging that history is one of the highest return moves in a storm program. It's the one chasers skip, because they have no history to mine. Here's where RoofPredict fits, and where it doesn't. After a verified event, it pairs an estimated roof age range with storm physics modeled per individual home, so your canvasser walks the street already knowing which doors to skip. It points the truck. It does not inspect the roof, diagnose damage, or decide coverage, and roof age is a range for planning, not an exact date. It doesn't replace your safety program or your jurisdiction checklist. Close the loop. Verified records, local rules, a safety gate, honest documentation, permission marketing. Run the 5 in order, and you build a business the next storm can't take down.